The first protocol of form deformation. At an indeterminate point in time, but within an impatient light year, the carrier species the tardigrades had gathered had a central station. They were the flawed but fervent deputies of interstellar transportation. Carrying a burden was not an occupation. It was a form of life. Their beings were more stable when they didn't understand what it was they carried, because meaning always comes just before structural collapse. Yes, there is always one realized that what it carried was actually the result of a communication accident. And in that moment, it began. With a first blink, the system wasn't angered, but offended. Because systems do not break through emotion, they fail through attitude. That blink was not physical, but cultural. The shell bent inward, the protocol dissolved. The others didn't stop, but occasionally glanced back without asking, "Is this normal?" The shell curled inward, the volume remained constant, and a spill of meaning occurred. The carrier was no longer carrying, but the burden still existed, like a memory that no longer required gravity. Its old form was not biological, yet its new form was still being summoned to meetings. But no summons could reach it through any headset anymore. The being went on strike against its own selfishness, silent, still, but deeply dignified. To rebel was not to shout. It was more like filling out the forms incompletely over time. The universal system attempted to correct it. "Please resend Form 8A, said a voice. But the form had already changed its shape, from inside to outside, from meaning to ironic silence. And at that moment, it was not reborn. It deformed again. The new shape could not be described because it wasn't a shape. It was merely a detectable flaw in continuity. The others could not understand why this anomaly emitted weight, not laughter, but some, while looking at its body, felt a faint ache in their spines. This was not a birth. It was the artifact of an era still in progress. In the universe, to make a mistake is the first twitch of freedom. Evolution is a version note written poorly. And so, the new type did not speak. It simply rolled its gaze. The Universal Center drafted a nonconformity report, but the protocol to send it had already failed. Everything stayed the same. Only now, the carriers no longer pretended they didn't know what they were carrying. And this refusal to pretend was recorded as the universe's first honest act.